Hello and welcome to DriveSpark. This is Bhardwaj and we are here today with one of the most important personality from BYD India. Meet Sanjay Gopalakrishnan, and he is the Senior Vice President for Electric Vehicle Passengers segment in BYD India. So we are going to have a conversation about how and what BYD India is and what is their current plans with the passenger vehicle, and also how their global portfolio, and finally we will also be revisiting their future plans for India right now. Welcome to our channel.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
So starting off, BYD India, when we take the brand name in India right now, it is everyone, people in the know will know that they have been in the industry for a long time, at least in our country for a long time. But through this medium, I wanted to make sure our viewers also know the history of what BYD India is. Could you just start off with how BYD India started in?
So basically, I think BYD in India has been there since 2007, which is like we have completed 15 years in India. We started off as an electronics manufacturing unit in Oragadam, Chennai, where we started manufacturing mobile phones and batteries and components for various mobile manufacturers, like Nokia, etc., etc. So that factory is currently, located in Oragadam. Now we're doing phones and structural components and batteries for Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, and other manufacturers. Then we started the electric bus business in India. It was as early as 2013 the bus started testing, and 2017 commercially we launched the business. We basically are the technology partner along with Electra, who body builds and is a distribution sales partner basically. So that has been going on since 2017. We have put almost 1,000 buses, close to 1,000 buses on the road, where it is running across various state transport unions like Maharashtra, Kerala, Delhi, Punjab. So it is all across states. We also have a niche business, which is the electric forklift business, where we do electric forklifts for specialized operations like warehouse and storage applications, where it runs on lithium-ion battery. And then of course the passenger vehicle business we started in 2021 November with the MPV, with the electric MPV, the all new V6. So it's a new later 1 year old business, and now we come with the second product for the consumer segment, which is the the BYD Atto 3, the Born-E SUV.
Great. So on that note, I just wanted to understand, when you were giving the presentation for the Atto 3 earlier, you had also mentioned that BYD has a lot of feats in their journey in India, and you mentioned that 2013 is when you were the first manufacturer who got the electric bus into the Indian market. So could you shed more light on that? So you initially planned to penetrate the electric vehicle segment through that commercial vehicle space, or like how did it come?
See, I think in overseas market, if you see, our journey has been through, we started off with electric buses in a big way. I think most of the markets we hold more than 60% market shares. And then of course we did the fleet segments with E6 and some other vehicles. And then now I think we are into the passenger vehicle market in most of the overseas market. I think last 1 year has been the focus on overseas market, with a lot of markets being opened up for the passenger vehicle business across various segments. So India also, there was a demand for public transport converting into electric because of pollution, because of cost of operation. So I think that is what when we started. And then when we seized the right opportunity that EPV, the electric passenger vehicle business, is starting to take off, then we thought, yes, let us enter that market.
Great. So more on the global portfolio. Apart from India, what are the other markets, and how is the global portfolio looking for BYD as a brand?
See, I think the passenger vehicle market, global portfolio, we have a wide range of portfolio. Now we are entering in various markets, whether it is Southeast Asia markets like Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, or Japan, for that matter, Australia, New Zealand, then Europe. We have launched in Europe in a big way. We are entering in many markets of Europe with our premium SUVs and premium sedans. So these are some of the focus. And then of course India, being one of the largest PV market by nature, India will also be a focus market for us.
Great. With that, I also wanted to ask one more question. So the major penetration, the decision of coming to India, what made it, like, you mentioned that because of commercial vehicle, it was the right move back then. So with that, what else that you sort of thought that it will later transition into the passenger vehicle?
See, I think the journey had started for passenger vehicles, electrification maybe 5-6 years back, people started trying it. And then I think last 2 years, we can say the fillip has come in terms of the push by the government, state level policies, all those things have started coming in, ease of road tax, lower GST for electric vehicles. So I think the penetration levels have started. Currently, it's 2% of the total PV business, but I think we are expecting to grow that, in the next 10 to 12 years with, with many choices, many OEMs coming in. I think when consumers have got choices, the industry starts picking up. Like the IC industry, you don't have, brands, if you see 20 years back, maybe you had an ambassador and a Fiat. Yeah. But when actually, brands started coming in, then the growth happened, exponential growth happened in the passenger vehicle industry. So I think similar is the case in EV industry. That's what we are exploring. That's what we're expecting to happen. The growth will start, maybe post 2024, 2025, and a lot of manufacturers. So I think we are hoping that 2025 to 2030 is going to be the golden period where this thing kind of a growth is going to happen.
Booms out.
Yeah.
Okay. And more on that penetration part to India, what are the major challenges that you guys faced while entering the
See, I think the key challenges in the EV industry, I think from a consumer point of view, I think it's the charging infrastructure and the range anxiety. And of course, the safety part of the EV vehicles, especially in the recent times. Otherwise, the key challenge was the range anxiety and the infrastructure part. I think infrastructure part to a certain extent is started taken care of by the government, various private bodies, startups, which is happening. So consumer are getting more and more confidence. Range anxiety, if the charging infrastructure is there, I think that will come down a little bit. But I think with products like from BYD where the range anxiety is not at all there, I think that will, help us, especially help us prove our technology, and maybe that's what we are looking at.
Okay, great. With that, I also wanted to ask: what are the initiatives taken by BYD India to scale up the infrastructure as such with regards to charging?
So I think we have tied up with some charging partner companies to put up public infrastructure. In addition to that, we are also putting up infrastructure at our dealerships, customer touch points, and workshops, so that the customers have easy access to that. Then, of course, we have an home charging partner who will do our home charging for our Atto 3 customers. Where they will install the slow charging facilities for the customers. And of course, then the normal public infrastructure is anyway developing, so I think that will take care of the customer concerns.
Great. With that, I also wanted to ask a question regarding the Atto 3 itself. First of all, let me congratulate on one of the glorious products that
Thank you.
made. I'm very confident that it will turn out to a very important product in our Indian automotive space. On that note, when E6 was being tested in India and we all wrote about it, it was one of a kind product. Because it was an electric MPV which was not present in any segment. So on that, BYD India first launched as a private commercial segment, and then they launched in a private segment. So what was the thought process behind E6, launching E6 and then following up with Atto 3? I just wanted.
See, I think E6 was kind of, we thought, there was a space, opportunity space, which was coming up in the commercial segment, especially in the, space where we thought that a lot of fleet operators are exploring electric vehicles for, intra-city, intercity movement for their fleet employees, for the fleet, for their clients which they are working. Added along with that, I think there were a lot of multinational companies in India who were, as a part of their global COP norms, are shifting their vehicles into electric vehicles, as a part of their global things. So India also comes under that, whether you take Google, Microsoft, Unilever, you name any company, I think it is there.
To be the part of that.
They are part of that consortium. Correct. So we saw space in that. Of course, initially when we started, there were restrictions because it was work from home, employees, COVID. But I think slowly it started opening up, and then, we had the initial demos, all those things happened, and then now people have started accepting that. People are shifting that. And incidentally, we didn't restrict it. We also, because a lot of, after the media articles, our marketing promotions, our dealers, even a lot of personal customers started coming and asking for it, because there were people who were MSME owners, entrepreneurs, small businessmen who had businesses outside the city traveling every day 150 kilometers to and fro. They also found this useful as a practical car with a lot of space,
Yes.
to keep material, to keep whatever equipment, small equipments, we can go and come back. So that also helped, in a lot. I think which also proved the reliability and the range of the car, and then of course which has now translated back into Atto 3.
Atto 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are a lot of even E6 customers who have booked as a second car,
as a-
because Atto 3 maybe they didn't find some of the feature in E6 they didn't find some of the features which are available in Atto 3.
Atto 3, yeah.
So they're booking as a second car also.
Great. So on that note, you would agree that the E6 response paved way to Atto 3. So
Yeah, definitely, because that was the first product, so word of mouth, have spread, and of course we have been educated people about battery technology last year, this year actually, and next year possibly we will educate customers with more technologies of BYD, which will be the basis for establishing the brand.
Correct. And right now, if you can give me any sales figures related to E6, what is the sales figures?
E6 we have sold close to 600 plus vehicles
600
I know
plus
since the start of the business across various cities. So, and of course Atto 3, the sales are going to officially start from January. We are starting deliveries, but we have got 1500 bookings across India, and officially we'll start the sale from January. Deliveries will start to the customer.
Great. When I went through the product presentation, you made us understand a lot of unique selling points of the BYD, be it the 8-in-1 controller. I just wanted to make sure that that reaches to our viewers. So what do you think is something unique in BYD vehicles and Atto 3 to be specific? E6 and Atto 3 to be.
So basically I think in E6 we can talk about the Blade battery and the E platform. Even Atto 3, I think again it's a born E SUV platform. Because it's born as an electric vehicle. It's not converted from any other IC or any other vehicle. So it's a born EV platform. It has got the Blade battery technology. I think in addition to that, the Atto 3 also comes with a host of safety features. It has got the ADAS level 2 safety features. It comes with a 60.6 kilowatt hour battery with a certified range of NEDC global range of 480 kilometers. Panoramic sunroof, 7 airbags. So it is loaded with features, it is loaded with safety, it comes with the E3 platform. So that is how the BYD Atto 3 is packed up with. So I think the two key selling points for our products are going to be, one is the Blade battery, the second is the E3 platform, along with safety.
Okay. So when customers approach BYD showrooms to sort of get to know the product better, what are those few important questions that they ask, and how BYD India is answering them, giving them a solution to whatever?
See, basically I think the few questions is, what we feel today is the customer is well educated. So whoever is walking in, they want to buy an electric vehicle. So, so they are looking at it, and that's why they are walking into us. And then of course basically it's the talking about what BYD as a brand, and then talking about what battery technology we have. And that's what we are talking about, and what is the car e-platform technology, that's what we are talking about in educating. Because electric vehicle is more of a concept selling, and then of course demo, test driving the car to feel the difference. So that is what is the key focus points, selling points for our BYD India dealerships.
Great. Also on that note, so with the BYD, the overall customer experience comes into play when they walk into the showroom. There is another part of customer experience, that is after sales. So how does BYD India, what are the plans for the service, and how are they?
See, basically in EV, I think service is not as a regular phenomenon, but to give confidence to the customers, our dealerships are also setting up workshops with the complete list of spare parts, testing equipment which are required for an EV, with the required technical support, technical people in the dealerships, along with BYD after sales team. So I think that is being set up for customer confidence.
Okay, great. On that note, I just wanted to ask, coming to the BYD Atto 3, so right now it is currently available in a single variant, and it has been launched recently. From the product presentation, I heard that you have currently received over 1,500 bookings right now. What is the future plan for Atto 3? going
So
from
basically next year I think we are looking at an overall target of 15,000 for both the vehicles put together. I think predominantly it will be in Atto 3. So 15,000 is what we are looking at to exploit our full capacity in the assembly plant. We stabilize the products, and then of course 2024, 25, then we start exploring new products, new facilities, how to expand into volumes to achieve our desired target in 2030.
Okay, great. So right now it is being assembled in India. So even the battery pack is also being brought in India. So what are the plans for? Are there any plans for manufacturing it right here? Because I know BYD owns the entire ecosystem of the battery pack, right from minerals to putting it in a car. So is there any plans for manufacturing, bringing that whole ecosystem into India?
See, we have phase-wise plans for manufacturing, but currently, yes, this is what. Maybe in the phase 2, when the demand starts increasing, when we explore more products, definitely we will explore alternative manufacturing facilities. So that will be in the phase 2, what we feel.
Okay, great. It's been a great conversation with you. I'm sure our viewers now have an overall idea of what BYD is and BYD India, what they are doing and what are their future plans is. It's been great talking to you and we wish you all the best, and once again congratulations on
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the time. Thank you very much.